What should you do when you wake up one morning and you just don't feel like going to BNI? So maybe you stayed up a little bit too late and you're tired, or maybe your business has been absolutely insane this week. Now, if you've been in BNI long enough, you've probably had that type of morning. I know I sure have. And this is where a lot of members start to drift off track. It's not even that they think something's horribly wrong with their BNI chapter, it's that they forget why they started in the first place. And I get it. You get busy, you get distracted, you get pulled into those day-to-day demands of running your business. So let's talk about what you do when you genuinely don't feel like going to your chapter meeting. So the first thing, it's pretty simple. Stop waiting to feel motivated. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but think about all the other important areas of your life. Do you only exercise when you feel like it? Do you only follow up with clients when you're inspired? And do you only show up for your family when you're really in the mood? Of course not. Those things matter most in your life, and those things that really do matter a lot require discipline. And BNI is no different at all. Relationships, credibility, trust, those are all built through consistency. And sometimes consistency means showing up when you'd rather stay home in your sweatpants. The members who get the strongest long-term results in BNI aren't motivated every single week. They've simply decided that their commitments don't depend on their mood. But I also don't believe that the answer to this is simply to grit your teeth forever. So if you've been disengaged from your chapter for a little while, it's time to get curious. Ask yourself why. Not just why are you feeling this way, but instead, why did you join BNI in the first place? Was it to grow your business, create financial security, build a better life for you and your family? Or was it to develop stronger relationships or to become a better business owner? Because sometimes we get so caught up in building our business, we forget the mission completely. Joining a BNI chapter was never the goal. The goal was what you knew BNI would help you create. So reconnect with that. What were you trying to build when you first walked through that door the first day you were a visitor? And does that still matter to you? Because when your why becomes really clear again, showing up starts to feel a lot different. So the next thing I would do is shift your focus. When members become frustrated, they often start keeping score. How many referrals did I get this week? How much business did I receive? Who really reached out and helped me this week? And the more you focus on what you're not getting, the less enjoyable the experience starts to become, and the more difficult it is to wake up and actually show up to that meeting. So instead, flip that around. Walk into your next chapter meeting with one goal in mind. Help one person. That's it. Make one introduction, give one good quality referral, share one meaningful testimonial to somebody, or even just encourage somebody. It's amazing how quickly your energy changes when you stop walking into the meeting asking, what am I going to get today? And you start asking, who can I help today? You know, that BNI Givers Gain philosophy is there for a reason. And sometimes that is the fastest way to re-engage and start to feel useful again. And if you've done all of that and you're still feeling flat, my suggestion would be to change the pattern completely. Sometimes you're not burnt out on BNI, you're just bored with your routine. The same conversations, the same few people that you're talking to each week, the same habits. So instead, create a new spark. Schedule a one-to-one with somebody in the chapter that you barely know. Visit another chapter, get some ideas, experience some different energy, or even bring a visitor. Attend another outside networking event. Set some 30-day referral goal. There's all kinds of things you can do. Sometimes a small change is enough just to wake you back up again. And finally, just be honest with yourself. Sometimes you don't feel like going because you're just tired. That does happen. But other times, you don't feel like going because you're not fully engaged. You've stopped doing your one-to-ones, you've stopped inviting, you've stopped preparing or building those really deep, meaningful relationships. And then slowly, BNI becomes less valuable for you. It's uncomfortable to think of, but that's a real possibility, and it's actually more common than you think. Sometimes we blame the chapter meeting for feeling empty when we're the ones that have stopped bringing anything to it at all. So what should you do when you don't feel like going to BNI? Use your discipline when you don't feel motivated, and reconnect with that why. Shift your focus back towards giving, change your pattern, and be really honest with yourself about your engagement. Because despite what you may believe, your motivation, it's going to come and it's going to go. But meaningful relationships, those are all built by people who keep showing up despite their mood. So before your next meeting, I want you to ask yourself a really tough question. Am I truly losing value in BNI, or have I stopped creating value? Because those are two very different problems, and only one of them is the reason to not show up today. So if you found this helpful, share it with a member who may be struggling to re-engage right now. And if you want to learn more about why consistency beats intensity in BNI, check out this next video right here, and I'll see you soon.